Okay, hopefully you got some alerts. If not, just give the Roleplaying Unlimited a follow. Trying to figure out here how to set up the, just how to forward the link to the page again. I guess I'll just copy it. Let's see, what is this? Let's do that. Okay. Okay. Hey James, are you able to reactivate your video and just kind of point it at a picture on the wall or something like that? Because when you're logged out of it, it sets off all of our windows from the proper positioning. Fantastic. Alright. Yes.
Watch him devour that taco like a man. Watch him devour.
Copy. Oh yeah, one last adjustment before I forget. I'm turning off the push to talk mandatory. Figure out how to freaking do that again. Damn it. Connect, speak, video. Okay, that is turned off, exactly. So it should be easier for Dawn and James now using your phone. You can use the mute feature instead of the push to talk.
Those faces you were making eating that taco, James, those are the faces that Gelatinous Q was making.
Yes, I say that's accurate.
There. Alright, I will be off camera here for just a moment and aim to start pretty much right at 7 o'clock.
You guys all moved in yet, or you still got some boxes to unpack?
I think for the most part we're moved in. But we got everything, furniture set. We got most of the randomness is put away. So I would say, what do you think we're moved in? Yeah, I think we are in a settled realm. So that which is good. It was little things now, just little things to fix because Josh was trying to fix things, and it's Josh.
Oh, you can watch out there. Ow. So I'm not sure for what reason, but while I have the stream starting soon page up, if you're watching it, we are currently live right now, so our voices and everything are coming through.
Yeah, but I don't see any of our pictures or anything like that, or anything show up.
Yeah, none of that is there. That this is just the startup screen right here, just kind of like the stream is starting imminently. There we go. Buff with the Majora's Mask. Very cool. I just wanted to let you all know that technically we are live right now, even though it's in the stream starting soon. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Alrighty, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get switched over to our live scene mode here. Looks like we lost James on video there again, so a little delay. We'll go back to the starting stream there. And, okay. Cool, very cool. Yep. That all works for me. Okay. Well, hey there, George. How are you, my friend? Big Dad.
Pancakes.
Thank you, brother. I do realize I have set a image slideshow over the text chat, which is also visible on the right side. That's why occasionally you're seeing George's screen name popping out from behind the picture. So, just part of the eventual tweaking to fix for later. Alright, I will move us over to the live scene mode right now, and once James jumps back on video, the framing should reset itself. We still have introductions and recaps and all that stuff to do, so we're just going to kind of get this started.
Let's do a quick bathroom break.
Yes, indeed, brother. So, for those of you who may be watching, I just want to say greetings, fellow tabletop RPGers. My name is Daniel, aka Tragically HP. I am a 30-year GM with an undying passion for RPGs, especially D&D and Star Wars. Like many of the great online GMs out there, I too have a homebrew campaign world named Enemir, and this year we are celebrating its 20th year of existence by bringing our adventures to the online realm for everyone's enjoyment. In-game, the Enemir Chronicles span over 200 years, over 7 campaigns. I look forward to revealing Enemir to all of you in due time, but in the meantime we're going to stretch our D&D muscles with a pre-written module from Forgotten Realms, Baldur's Gate: Descent into Avernus. Alongside me here are some of my dearest friends who I've had the good fortune of gaming with, in most cases going on 20 years now. And I'm going to give them each a chance here to introduce themselves as well as their character. Let's go ahead and start with the upper left right there with Justin Crawford.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, my name is Justin. I've been a long-time player of Dan's especially, but of multiple games as well. I have been a part of the Enemir homebrew since its inception, pretty much. And it's been a great game. We all enjoy it, and I've been here this long because of that. The character I'm playing for Descent into Avernus is a tiefling sorcerer. He's going to be taking the road of the Celestial, I think it's called, or something like that. He's imbued by the powers of the gods, and nobody really knows this, but his god's actually a dark god, so he has some darker powers that he can call upon, even though he is a good-hearted hero. He had some losses early on in his career before the game started, and so he's hesitant to take the role of leadership and tries to defer that onto the others who wish to do so, with words of caution and advice to help them not have the same mistakes he's had. And so far, it's been an interesting little role-play experience for him. So I hope you enjoy watching us play it as much as we enjoy playing it.
Very cool, brother. Thank you so much for that. Let's go ahead and skip the empty couch there that is next to Justin and move on to my good friend James Balelo there in the third frame, and get an introduction from you as well as for your character.
Good evening. My name is James. Like Dan said, been playing for a long time with some of my best friends. I love it. I love any type of aspects of roleplay. I love it. So being able to take part in this will be a kind of a cool experience because it's not something I've done. In terms of my character, I'm playing Grulak, the half-orc fighter. I generally play the fighter because I'm BA, as they say. And Kyla can attest, it's lit, fam. I rock these fighters like no one's business. So it's legit. But Grulak's had a little bit of a chaotic history to get to this point. He's pretty much trying to find his way. He's got in with the Flaming Fists, if I remember right. I should know this. I definitely should know this.
Oh, that's correct. Yes, you did. You joined the Flaming Fist well before the rest of the characters were drafted or conscripted forcibly by them.
So I'm essentially an OG in that sense. So he's kind of trying to find his way. He's a younger orc, and but yeah, it's going to be a very interesting journey. So I look forward to taking part with everybody else, and yeah, be good times.
Very cool. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and move on to the second row of frames there. We have Kyla on the far left. She is playing the bugbear Hezra Lark. Welcome. Let's go ahead and get intro and character history from you, please.
All right. Hey, I'm Kyla. I am James's daughter. I have not been with this group nearly as long, but I'm still enjoying it here. Everyone's very welcoming, and I enjoy the company that I'm in. I do enjoy Dan's games a lot. They always have a really great story to them. And I know that this is a pre-written game, but I've never played any of the pre-written games before, so I'm excited to see how that goes. I have been playing for a very long time, I guess, and for most of my life, I guess. I'm still pretty young, though, so I am playing Hezra, the bugbear, a ranger. Her background is largely unknown. She just kind of showed up in the forest one day, became best buds with Jung Hoon, and they've just been kind of walking around, hanging around, and all the stuff went down, and now we're in a big old party together. But she's pretty airheaded most of the time. Doesn't really do a lot of thinking. Just a lot of smacking around.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as lethal as the previous character with the 88-point critical strikes, but she's building. And Dawn, we kind of skipped over the empty couch at that point in time, but we are going to now kind of rewind here and introduce my good friend Don Charette there in between Justin and James. And he is playing Celephiel, our Aasimar Paladin, and he is going to tell you a little bit more about himself and his character.
Well, I've been playing for Smyrna lots of years. I've been playing actually since Redbox D&D came out. And then I've been playing with Dan for the last, 15, 20 years?
Since 1998, my friend.
Yep. And Celephiel is a paladin of Tyr. He's not the smartest tool in the shed, but he's also the most charismatic. Almost. And he's got very high ideals. He is actually taken the Oath of the Watcher, which means that he defends against extraplanar beings. And that's pretty much all about him. Actually, the one other thing is that eventually he wants one item that allows it to appear as his hair is blowing in the breeze, even if he's in a room.
Oh, okay. Yes, indeed.
Just saying.
I feel you on that. I tend to lean more towards that is an innate ability that your character possesses and will require no magical item. So you just continue to feel free explaining that as part of your character as you've done.
Okay.
And let's see here. Let's get a different playlist going here for a second while Ben does his introductions.
Hey everybody, I'm Ben. Yeah, I've known Dan and played in his campaign since around 98-ish, 99.
Yeah, pretty close.
I am playing a Aasimar cleric of Tempest. So he is more of a warrior priest than a normal cleric. He has probably not as high ideals as our paladin friend, but he does like to protect the people in his inner circle, which would be our group at the moment.
Nice, nice.
He and Celefio has been together, battling evil, for most of the time before they actually met up with the rest of the group. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy our game.
Thank you so much, Ben. It's always a pleasure to have you along with us, and we look forward to having Ben join the video crew here in the ensuing weeks. Last but certainly not least, we have one of our more recent additions to Role Playing Unlimited, but a good friend nonetheless, and we will turn it over to the red-framed avatar there, which is Jeong-hoon Same, played by Jim. And go ahead and take it from there, brother.
I'm Jim. I've been playing with Dan for the past few years. I played D&D for a number of years before that. My character is Jong-hoon. He is a monk. He is also a half-orc. He is very dumb. The most dumb out of all of the characters. His background is that he was a petty thief, got into some legal trouble, became a monk, hung out with Hezra. Now he's in Baldur's Gate doing his thing.
Oh, man.
That's all I got.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Just a few brief notes about myself. GMing style for myself, I am very plot and story based, but I also have a healthy respect for the system mechanics as written. Ultimately, though, depending on the mood and level of a scene in question, I tend to lean towards the age-old mechanic of GM's word is greater than any system rule. Beyond any of that, I'm just a fan of my friends and the characters they create, and I hope you will be too. And here, before we officially get the adventure started, we have a brief recap of our adventures thus far. This session is actually, I believe, our 7th in total for the Baldur's Gate module. So, herein, I'm going to give you a recap of what we've done thus far. The city of Baldur's Gate has recently been surrounded by an influx of refugees from nearby Elturel. With Baldur's Gate's Grand Duke missing, the city guard has ordered the city locked down, with no one allowed in or out. Our companions, who are known to many in Baldur's Gate as the survivors of a months-old conspiracy that resulted in dozens missing, have been drafted by the Flaming Fist, the aforementioned city guard, to assist in whatever tasks their commanders deem necessary. Their first task is to locate and eliminate a group of cultists of the Dead Three, vile sycophants of the dead gods Bane, Baal, and Mirkul. Their path took them to the Elfsong Tavern, where after defeating a group of nefarious pirates, they learned the location of the hidden dungeon of the Dead Three, beneath a bathhouse secretly owned by the Van Thamper family of nobles. Our most recent sessions saw the companions locate the secret way into the dungeon of the Dead Three, fight their way through numerous cultists and undead, and finally ally with Mortlock Van Thamper, the outcast son who was betrayed and nearly assassinated before the companions came to his aid. With Mortlock as their ally, they have learned that the recent influx of refugees has a more sinister source than any of them imagined. Apparently, Mortlock's mother, Thalamra Van Thamper, has conspired with the leader of Elturel, in turn dealing with devils for their own gain, the results of which have seen the entire city of Elturel ripped from the realms itself and tossed down into the Nine Hells. The refugees currently surrounding Baldur's Gate are those lucky few who escaped Elturel's calamity. Mortlock has no backbone to stand against his mother, but he does desire bloody vengeance against his brother Amric, for it is he who is surely most responsible for the attempt on his life. Our adventure continues here. As the companions enter the... brief pause here. I seem to have slipped the name of the tavern. GM mistake. The Low Lantern. It is a gambler's den of ruffians and ne'er-do-wells. They have located Amric on the second deck level of the ship-turned-tavern, a spined devil seated on the couch behind him. Selephiel, our Azamar paladin, has wasted no time in drawing his warhammer, stepping purposefully towards Amric, who stands in response. The spined devil hisses at Selephiel, and nearby patrons either back away from the apparent impending conflict or reveal themselves as allies of Amric, drawing weapons and facing off against our main characters. Let's roll. Brief switch of the screen right here while I change our music to something a little less cheerful and a little bit more combat. Alrighty, and doesn't seem like there's going to be a whole lot in the way of surprise here. So I am going to get us going with a group initiative roll. Once I have you all over on the correct map. Alright, so that section of the ship is where the majority of our characters are currently positioned. Very strange. Our initiative roller is not coming up as usual, so again, this may be an API issue that I'll have to check into later. I guess let's default to the classic initiative and see if that works. Make sure tokens are selected.
As soon as I did it, I was like, dope.
Oh boy, a 6. Aww, what is that?
That looks like another 6.
I do believe you are correct. I hope I don't roll a third one of those.
They're just a very slow family.
Yeah, it would appear so. They've been sipping on Grandpa's old cough medicine there. Okay. Let's see what our bodyguard friend gets. Oh, look at that. The best initiative. Strangely, though, even selecting him did not add him to the turn order, so... Okay. Let's see. Amric Yeah, same deal with Amric. He did not get added. Amric is getting a 6. Mortlock. Man. None of my stuff is coming through. Okay. So there's Mortlock. Very good. So we have Nadir, Selefiel, Kalidor, Hezra, Grulok, Jonghoon, NPCs. Very good. So, yeah, despite the fact that Selefiel has initiated this combat, Jonghoon is going to have first response here.
Okay, I'm going to hit this dude immediately south of me.
The strange part is I initiated this, and I'm in the stairwell way over here. I thought I was outside of the stairwell when
I thought you were as well. Yeah, you might take a few steps out there. Just a note, Jim, the guard right there that you begin attacking just kind of goes into a defensive and gives you a look of, I am not your enemy. Try that again and you'll pay. Alright, EOT there. That is our shorthand for end of turn. That's going to bring it over to the bodyguard known as Valtis, who stands here at the bar. And he's just going to interpose between Selefiel and Amric, and he's going to take an attack. Actually, we'll make that 2 melee attacks, both with a mace. The first of which is a terrible miss, the second of which will actually connect for, looks like, 6 bludgeoning on Selefiel. And Valtis glares at Selefiel and says, "You'll have to get through me. You want to get to him." And Grulok, still standing more towards the other side of the ship here. It is now your turn.
So one of those with a psychotic look on his face almost. He's going to attack this gentleman on the bow. That's the front part of the ship, I know that. And we'll see how it goes. Going to kind of angle him that way.
Alrighty. Roll a perception check before you lay into the attacks there, because Grulok might be this dumb, or he might have actually seen what happened.
Pretty dumb. Okay.
Yeah, this is the one of the ship's guards. He does not appear to be contesting you. Jim just took 2 attacks on him, and he kind of blocked him and gave you a look like, hey, don't mess with me. I'm not trying to do anything to you here.
Like, I'm not involved in this debacle, kind of.
Exactly. But, I mean, if you start tossing fireballs inside the ship because this guy works for the lady who runs the place, you're probably going to make an enemy out of him. But right now, he doesn't appear interested in fighting you or taking your side for that matter either.
Okay, having that picture in place, he's actually going to attack whoever's at the top of the stairs. I think it's going to be this individual right there.
Yep, that is the bodyguard who has just stepped in front of Selefiel and gave him a good crack in the abdomen with his mace, and Selefiel's just kind of, oh, thank God I'm wearing armor. Jeez.
And would I be flanking from this position, or do I need to move up one more square to this like bench or whatever that is? Here.
Which one is your target?
This one, because I'm assuming that the staircase leads back behind, like essentially behind me, going down or going down or up. Okay.
The staircase behind you is the one you've just come down from the first deck.
Got it.
The target that you are pinging is Selefiel, so unless you're ready to reveal yourself as a traitor to the group, you might want to move up and attack the guy with the red health bar. but not the guy in the stairwell with the red health bar, because while he is not a good guy, he is your temporary ally.
So this gentleman here is the bodyguard, correct?
If you want to call him a gentleman, yes, he is a bodyguard.
I won't call him gentleman. My foe. So all the stuff I wrote, with that debacle of a description, I'll be attacking that foe.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Foe show.
And no flank advantage on that. That is just a solid wall that he's suddenly facing after thinking the odds were only 2-on-1.
Is that wrong? So no flank or anything. It's just normal attack, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Here it comes. And that was not very great.
Well, it's not very good, but my AC is sadly an 11. So you hit me by 1.
Okay.
And 8 points of damage is not something I want to be taking too often, especially from a big, nasty orc like yourself. He lets out a shout of pain, and a blood spray kind of squirts into the air behind him, landing on the top of the bar before the Kenku bartender, who shrieks in terror and just kind of ducks behind.
It's wonderful.
I am still standing, and now seemingly not sure whether I want to fight Selephiel, Grulok, or tuck tail between the legs and run away. That all you got there, brother?
That is going to be all I can do right now. He's very lucky. I would recommend running if I were him, but the choice is yours.
Okay, let us move on to Hezra.
Okay, I'm gonna move just like this so I can get flank. I'm gonna attack the guy below me that has already been attacked.
Yes, indeed, to the flank.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my planar warrior. I'm gonna pop that up.
Bonus action, force damage. Okay.
And I'm gonna give him a good smack with my sword.
Yeah, the 16 is absolutely sufficient. 11 damage, even more than I took last segment there. Ow! Stop it!
And I used my bonus action already, so I am going to just stay there so my buddy can also get advantage.
Alrighty. That's going to bring it over to our Aasimar Cleric. We have an Aasimar Cleric and a Paladin within the group, so this is a very holy-looking group here. Moving into a off-right position there. Very cool.
Alright, so these two, do they look the same as the one that said he's not our enemy at the moment?
The two on the northern side, they appear to be staff. You can kind of tell by little insignias that they have woven into their jackets. Yeah, both of those two guys right there. Yeah, it looks like your only enemies are the guy that's being triple teamed, and then your quarry at the very top up here, and the spined devil next to him. Thank you, George. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good to get the feedback.
Alright, so that's my bonus.
spectral weapon. I shall find you something. Premium, yes.
That'll go right there.
Give me just a second before you deploy it. I gotta search this out real quick. I should make a shortcut for it since it's such a common spell. There we go. I actually found the phantasmal sword this time. So, where's it going? I'll just turn over control of it to you and you can go ahead and deploy as you will.
Hopefully, the sword goes into the target. That's what I hope.
Oh, he's sending it all the way up there by the devil.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these three can take on that one dude.
Maybe.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Alright, so I will have it attack the devil. So I'm as far.
Fantastic. Okay. That's Ben just kind of doing the normal thing. His rolls tend to generally be pretty amazing.
As long as I'm not casting a spell that needs a saving throw.
Well, yeah, in that case, you don't get an attack roll. That means I get to get a good roll.
And
Okay,
then-
so that hurt. Ow.
And you know what? I think I'll follow it up with one of these.
That's also on the devil?
Yes.
Okay, well, I do have that at least, so we will be rolling
great.
that with advantage.
As if you needed it.
Oh, for sure, I could have a -3 and I'd still make it. Or I could be playing those big, fat, slobby things that have the 28 dexterities.
Don't even remind me about those fat things.
As long
Oh
as
my
they're not
God,
gelatinous
that's-
cubes or any type of jelly, anything. We're gonna
Oh, they smelt just as bad.
Oh, goodness. Well, that is absolutely a successful save, so that is...
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no damage.
No
looks
damage. And that's my turn.
like. Alrighty. And it is only now that I've noticed that my devil also did not get added into the initiative, so let's backtrack here and see what could have been.
I thought he jumped off the ship and gave up. Did that not happen?
No, that was the last devil.
Gotcha. Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Okay. Alright, let's see Kashara here. Hey, false identity now following. Very cool. Thank you so much. No, it rolled me another save. It didn't give me an initiative. Well, that's my initiative. A 21. I should have already gone. Just say I was holding my action. Okay, so the spined devil, after being struck from behind by the cowardly Azamar with his spiritual weapon, you couldn't even get up in my face and fight me? Come on, man. You call yourself a holy warrior? You have definitely earned the ire of this creature. 2 attacks, and it is going to get right up in your stuff right here. Just kind of cross right there over the top of the bar.
Yes. Hit me, please.
Yeah, unfortunately, not everybody knows of the retributive strike that the cleric possesses. And actually, it behooves me to kind of fling these at you from the top of the bar now that I look at it. I'm going to do this instead. 2 tail spine attacks at a range, and look at that, a natural 20. Sweet nectar.
Alright.
Is your retribution only against melee, or does that work at a 10-foot range as well?
I think it's only melee.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't trying to cheese that, but the tail spine is definitely my better attack considering the additional fire
it says,
damage.
yeah, he's at 10 feet, so yeah, I think is within 5 feet of me. So, yep,
Okay.
he's safe.
Alrighty, so 1 attack, tail spine lands on you, brief flash of flame before your eyes. What is that Family Guy episode where the guy stabs himself? He's like, "Ah, this is what I've been doing to people, and I deserve this." And you kind of have a sensation like that. Man, I've been burning people like this my whole life. I have tasted my own medicine, and it is bitter. Alright, well, that puts you in position for a retribution of a different sort for next round, since he is a bit closer. Let's see what Celephiel has here now, that it has come to the 11 point of the initiative.
Okay. If I need to go through you to get to that foul creature, so be it.
I might have changed my mind. Can we talk this? Oh. Right?
Some people get that reference.
Oh yeah, Ben was there for that.
Hard times. Hard times.
Hard times in Whitestone. 1 silver, 2 copper.
And I believe that will be it because I do not have any bonus actions.
Alrighty, let's move over to our tiefling sorcerer, Nadir. He's positioned over here on the right side of the ascending staircase. Go ahead with your turn.
All right. Well, now that devil has rushed up on us, I would think they'll try and take care of that guy. I'm pretty sure he's going to be immune to fire, so I'm not going to do that. Let's see what I am going to do.
Ah, come on, try it. What's the worst that could happen? Another follower there. We got Lorena. Thank you so much for checking in. Thank you so much. Good times had by all. About to get all RPG up in here. 11, huh? And that's on the devil, you said?
I mean, I might hit him. I don't know.
Well, it's close. I definitely had to kind of flatten myself up against the surface of the bar there. That does remind me, though. Let me drop the turn order here and deal out your weekly inspiration cards. For those of you familiar with D&D 5e and the inspiration mechanic, it is typically a risk before the dice are rolled if you want to give yourself advantage in a situation that you would not normally have it. These inspiration cards, I'll make sure to give proper credit where credit is due. It slips my mind at the current time who actually crafted these inspiration cards, but they follow a different mechanic where you can spend them after your roll has been made. So it kind of serves as a reroll, and some of these inspiration cards have cool little extra effects that you can use in lieu of a reroll or in addition to. Some of them are kind of a choose to. So, with that in mind, I have dealt each of you your weekly inspiration cards. Don't worry about dealing any extras back to me at this point like we usually do. Just make sure if you're holding 2, don't spend them both tonight. In any case, the point being, Justin, would you like to spend your inspiration now, or are you going to hold on to that for later on?
Oh, hold on. This is only the first attack of the night, so I think I'll see what else we got.
Okie doke. Alright, so Nadir, near miss.
I'm going to kind of duck under the table next to me, just so I'm less of a target.
Okay, we'll give you a disadvantage on any attacks coming towards you, or advantage on any dexterity saves that may be prompted from that position. And Mortlock is going to, not to be confused with Matlock, he's going to come fully down the stairs, survey the situation, spot his scheming brother all the way up here, and I see an opening, and I'm going for it. So I have moved 15. This will be 20, 25, 30 feet. And let's see what else I got.
I did not get an attack opportunity, right?
You could. This is your ally, I'll remind you.
I'm a very jumpy character. I will refrain at this moment, but very jumpy.
Alrighty. Mortlock descends the stairs, hastens across the tavern floor, and draws his heavy crossbow that already has a bolt knocked into position, and he fires it at his brother. "Hello, brother. Remember me?" He fires the bolt, and it misses his brother by like 8 feet and sticks into the side of the wall, and his brother looks at him with a sneer, and he goes, "Of course I remember you!" And it is his turn, his brother Amric. Amric has a triple attack option here with his daggers. Of course, those are limited. Let's get into this. I do not believe the spiritual weapon gains attack of opportunity benefits, though I may be mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Ben, but I'm not going to waste my time dueling a spiritual weapon. But if you do get an AOO, make sure to let me know. I will join my bodyguard who's surrounded here in the mass melee that is taking place in the central area. Kind of shove this guy out of the way. And I'm going to try to stab my brother 3 times in the heart. Well, a triple attack there, and poor Mortlock with his 12 armor class. He's going to suffer 2 of those stabs. Fortunately, this guy is just a living mountain of hit points, so he gleefully grins through the pain and the blood and just stares at his brother, and he's literally about to just kind of fall on top of him and smother him, it looks like. And that will conclude our first round of activity there, bringing it back to Zhang Hun, back here at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, I am going to run up. There, and then I'm going to attack the bad guy.
Alright, charging right up through everything. I'm not positive. I think you might have exited this guy's threatened square. Is that correct?
No, I was running up the side here.
Okay, okay, very cool. So no AOO for him. So yeah, go ahead with your turn.
God,
17 is my AC exactly, so the unarmed strike will land for a change, whereas that's usually the attack that misses. And Amric just kind of sees a blur of a half-orc kind of hasten across the bar, and then he feels this punch in the back of his neck, and he's just, "The hell are you?" That's going to bring us back to the Spined Devil, who is continuing the assault on Calidor. Yeah, we will continue. Double Tail Spine. Oh, look at that. Another land. That's pretty rare. I do not usually hit Ben 2 rounds in a row. We the cops, bad boys.
All right, Devil, you're starting to piss me off.
Alright, there's the satisfaction of the hit point bar going down. And here is the disappointment of Calidor, as I am going to back off and drop down the other side of the bar, so I'm now completely obscured by the bar. You cannot see me from your position. That's going to bring it to the bodyguard Valtis. Yeah, seems like it's an appropriate time for a morale check right about now, because I am a paid thug for hire, and I am completely surrounded, and you guys don't look like you're about to let up. Valtis extends his mace to Celephiel as a gesture of surrender, and just looks over his shoulder at his employer and says, "Give him my regards." And free action for you to take the mace away from him.
Yep, I accept the mace. I accept his surrender.
Okay. And I will nonetheless use my action to disengage. Who did we lose here? Looks like we lost Justin from Discord. He should pop back in shortly. Whatever. Okay. Yep. I'm just gonna kind of move my way here. Amric shouts, "Valtis! Valtis! You coward!" Yeah, well, I may be a coward, but I'm still alive, and that means that I might make another appearance in this module. We cannot say the same for you, Amric. Let's bring it over to Grulok. Okay, our half-orc fighter, what you gonna do this round?
Alrighty, he's going to move from that position. The guy at the guy. Let me before I do that, the guy over at that looks like a bar. Foe, has he done anything yet, or is he just sitting at the bar currently?
This guy here? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
correct.
Yeah, he is. He's one of the staff. He's just kind of observing everything. And if you had to guess, even being the dim-witted half-orc that you are, he's probably making a mental tally in his head of mug, table, chair, and this is a list he will pass on to his employer, who told you before you came down here, you will pay for any damages that you accrue. So that's probably what his purpose down here is right now.
He's come up with an estimate. Damn.
Yeah, exactly. He's putting together your bill.
Great. Well, very check it up. So really the only foe that we have left is him.
Him and the devil, the spine devil right here.
Oh, the devil. Devil in the details. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go over here to... Would I be able to jump up on the bar and attack downward?
Well, let me get your measurements here real quick. What's your height, weight?
Oh, very svelte. He is memento. I'm 6'2", probably about 220 pounds. 225
Well,
ish.
it's an old ship, and the wood is not what it used to be, so it may not be the first thing that occurs to you that the bar may not support your weight, or it may be something that gives you pause. I leave that in your hands, but you can definitely tell this is not a new bar, nor is it very sturdy.
So it's a rickety old boat. You know what? And that's a risk I'm willing to take. So he's gonna, because he's looking for blood, and jumping on top of that bar to rain down a strike with his greatsword is well worth the risk for him.
All right. Well, it would appear that the bar has at least one more fight left in it, as it supports your weight, and you may go ahead and proceed accordingly. Yep, the Kenku
All right,
that
well.
you're kind of standing on top of there, he's cowered down behind the bar as well, so don't worry about the overlap.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I was like, oh man, jumping on top of this dude too. All right. So he's gonna go ahead and try to deliver a strike. Type it up real fast. And that was to the other guy. He's yelling, "Run, coward!" Well, he's about to do this. All right.
Yeah, his only saving grace is that he has 1,000 other people that shared the same token as him, so you may not recognize him again if you see him.
Oh.
Ouch!
Here we go.
Well, let's see.
I like my orange dye. Very nice.
I do like that I have resistance from attacks that are not made with magical attacks or magical weapons. So at least 13 becomes 6 for me, but that still hurts.
Awesome. How's he? He's looking kind of on his last legs, possibly.
Yeah, that hit point bar is not looking very good. He's at least bloodied. 50% hit point value, one of the few positive aspects to come out of D&D 4th edition. Bloodied condition.
Well, that's unfortunate, because especially when his action starters coming in, he's going to be delivering another strike. We'll see what happens at this point. Yeah. What I will do is use one of my inspirational cards.
All right. Just remember the other one is technically non-existent. You only get one inspiration per session, so the other one, just kind of pretend you don't have it.
No worries. I'll put it on the deck there. Hopefully you guys can see it.
There we go. Yeah, I'm going to put that on the stream here so everybody can kind of see what these inspiration cards look like. In this case, you may immediately reroll a d20, or you may recover 1 die 4 hit points. Usually we go with the reroll, but sometimes the tertiary function is the better one, or you'll get the rare choose 2 and get the second option.
Much better. Yes. Salacious. Yes.
Oh man, I'm really thanking my lucky stars for that resistance right now, because
Yeah.
that's the only reason I'm still alive.
So I mean, and he has a absolute like bloodlust look in his face. He is really want to. I'm not gonna say murder, but drop this guy with a lot of violence. Let me just put it that way.
Maim?
You're gonna murderate?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing a good job against Kalidor there. I didn't even really care about the half-orc fighter over there. I was just kind of flinging tail spikes, and all of a sudden here comes this raging half-orc out of nowhere and stabbing me twice from atop the bar. And, yeah, this devil is about to be sent back to hell, it would appear. Hezra, it is up to you. What is your action?
Alrighty, so I think I'm going to do my planar warrior again. Do you want me to pop that up again?
Bonus action for extra force damage, correct?
Correct.
Very good. Yeah, no need to post that. Thank you.
And then I'm gonna take a smack on the bro over here.
We have a new foe. It is Justin's hand. Ah!
And that's at advantage because I'm flanked with Jong Hoon, correct?
Yes, you do.
Is 17 good enough?
Yep, 17 is my AC exactly. Just making sure I don't have any special reaction abilities. It does not appear so, so I'm going to take that 11 damage.
Sweet. I'm gonna make sure there's nothing else I'm looking for over here. I think that's gonna be all for me. I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay. Now Amric is the one surrounded, and as a reaction, he spits over at his brother and curses him for consorting with the lowest scum of Baldur's Gate. You're not quite sure, but something in Amric's eyes tells you that he knows a little bit something about your past here in Baldur's Gate, especially involving that conspiracy with the ritual and the vanished citizens and your attempts to eliminate a demon. There's some backstory in that respect.
As long as he's not being racist towards bugbears.
No, that is not the case. Okay, so Hezra has stabbed him. He is grimacing in pain, spitting at his brother, cursing him, and Kalidor, it is over to you now. Believe we forgot concentration checks for the spiritual weapon, but oh well, it is your turn.
Spiritual weapon's not a concentrate, by the way. It's a
Well,
duration.
that's even better. We didn't forget anything then. Oh, now you've really insulted the Spine Devil, because it's a devil, it's not a demon. Yeah, demons and devils do not
something
like
about
each
it.
other. They do not like each other. Spiritual weapon, flank advantage is correct, and yeah, that's going to send that devil screaming back to hell in a poof of sulfuric mist. Both of the guards here just kind of back away from the spiritual weapon, and they're going to kind of secure this area towards the back of the ship.
And then I'll drop that bell on the
The Toll
brother
of the Dead.
dude.
Okay. Toll the Dead, wisdom save. Amric has a wisdom. It's decent. That is much less than decent, so I will take all 12 of that. Alright, Amric is rapidly running out of hit points. He's starting to get a cornered animal look in his eyes. Anything else there from the cleric? Any movement, or are you going to stay where you're at?
I will move up to there.
Okay, and back-to-back Azamar turns. We have Selephiel now.
Okay. I'm going to switch from hammer and shield to halberd.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to move over here, and I have reach for over here,
Yes,
as well
you
as
do.
advantage.
That is correct on both counts.
Gonna be off camera just a second.
Yep, that was a 1.
Just
Damage to strength. I'm going to also hit him with a thunderous smite.
corresponding strength save is a few points short, so yeah, my hit points are now below the bloodied level.
There is also a secondary.
Oh, is it push? Oh man, yeah, 10 feet. I'm just kind of crumpled up back here.
And knocked prone.
Alright, we got a little prone icon on his token there as a reminder of his status condition. And yeah, things are not looking very good for Amric Van Thamper at this point.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, let's bring it back to our tiefling.
Did I get AOO on him?
Not from forced movement.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll crawl out of under the table here now that the devil's not right near me anymore. I'll kind of take stock of the situation, see this guy is in pretty bad shape. I'm not sure if we wanted to take him alive or not, so I'm gonna just ready in action. And if he surrenders, then great. If not, if he continues to be a threat, I'll deal with him at that point. So yeah, I'm pretty much just ready in action. You know, pointing at him like, better stop. I don't actually say anything though.
Very cool, very cool. Alrighty. Mortlock then. He smells blood. Most of it is his. He's gonna step forward to his prone brother. Oh boy, this sounds like fun. Playing the role of Negan will be Mortlock Van Thamper with 2 attacks at advantage. Looks like his character sheet is inappropriately set. Actually, it's set correctly there. There we go. Alright. So 8 and 13, 21 more points of damage. Both of those are targeted shoulder, head, neck region, so Amric is now very swollen and bruised and bloody, and for this turn right here, he just kind of cowers in his prone position. His daggers fall out of his hands, and he just whimpers there on the ground. It seems that all of the fight has been driven out of him from the wailing he's just suffered. That's going to take us to the top of the next round for Jiang Hun, who's standing right next to this.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him, but I'm gonna try and do non-lethal damage.
Gotcha. Okay, if you reduce him to below 0, it is considered non-lethal damage. Oh, goodness. Alright. Well, darn. Too bad the first one didn't land. I have 9 hit points at this point, so you either dropped me by 1 or I have 1 hit point remaining. In this case, I have 1 hit point remaining. Ah, stop! I surrender! Please!
Yeah, you better surrender.
Okay, and Valtus will ascend the stairs, and he is away and free. That's going to bring it over to Grulok. Not sure. Oh, looks like he's back now.
So other than the brother being down, there's not really any combats that I could tell.
Yep, you're.
So-
Yep, you have one foe left who has 1 hit point, and he has surrendered.
So he's gonna kind of head over that way and just stand over him. And what are we doing with this one now? Yeah, what are we doing with this guy? He kind of just looks around, like trying to see what the next course of action is. He's not trying to land the killing blow. He has enough blood on him from the other guys, so he's content right now. So I'll keep a ready to action just in case he gets up, tries to flee or tries to attack us. I'll be at the ready.
All right. Well, I have surrendered, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the turn order here, and we can take it from that point. Send us to the BRB screen here while I switch our audio. Okay, back on our live stream here. You have your prisoner here, and Mortlock. He alone appears ready to deliver a coup de grace to his brother here, but it was Mortlock who informed you that Amric is his mother's favorite son, and part of the whole reason you're here is not to slay Amric, but to use him as leverage against his mother, or at least as a means to get into the Vanthamper estate. So, what's your response to Mortlock raising the Great Club and here we go?
Hold your blade there, good sir. Even you yourself pointed out that we need him to be able to get back to your mother.
Let's go ahead and roll a persuasion check there to accompany that.
Can I move my spiritual weapon in a position to block his attack should he go through with it?
I do not think it works in that function. I think it's just purely an offensive instrument. Mortlock just kind of drops his arms quickly, and his great club kind of thuds to the tavern floor. Takes out another good chunk of a rotted plank. He nods along. Alright, you do with him as you will. I've seen my vengeance. I'll have no further part. And he backs away. He just looks like he's deep in thought for the next segment of this part. Alright, with Amric captured and at your mercy, we'll go ahead and take a break at this point. You guys think among yourselves what you want to do as far as your next steps and how you're going to approach the Vanthamper estate. It's about 10 after 8 right now, so we'll plan on being back in about 15 minutes, 8:25 or so.
We don't want him to bleed to death, right? Can I use my healing kit to at least stop the bleeding?
He's actually not been knocked unconscious or in death mode. He has 1 hit point left, and he's just cowering and surrendered.
Okay.
But if you want to heal him, I'm sure he'd like some of that.
No, that's fine. He's fine, just the way he is.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and send it over to the Be Right back screen here, and just keep in mind that the Discord audio is still active, so catch y'all in about 15 minutes.
All right.
Hello, welcome back. Excellent, videos look good. Let's go ahead and get back to our adventure in progress here, back to the Baldur's Gate city map. Looks like my handout has vanished. Sec to pop that back up. So, what are we doing with Amric here? We got some manacles still in our possession. We got anything, some rope or anything that we want to use to secure him, or are we going to let him off with a stern warning? What are your thoughts on that?
We're going to talk to him first. Find out if he can arrange a meeting with his mother to help prevent disaster from striking Baldur's Gate.
Should we manacle him first, and then we ask questions? Because he's our prisoner. It's unheard of.
You know, well, if we approach her with him as our prisoner, we would have a lot more difficult time of figuring out what's going on here.
Possible. But maybe just for right now. I mean, he was trying to stab people. We put him in manacles, and then we ask the questions.
Fine, go ahead, put the manacles on him.
We can integrate him.
You're all a bunch of fools. You'll get nothing from me. You wouldn't dare harm the son of the next Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate. You will release me at once. I will answer nothing. I will give you nothing. You should consider yourselves fortunate that you are leaving with your very lives. Scum.
As the
That's
brother
pretty
of
bold
him,
coming from someone who's almost dead.
Yes, I may be almost dead. That means you're almost about to spend the rest of your lives in the Baldur's Gate dungeons.
Doubtful. I've been
If
there.
they can't find your body, they can pin no crime on us.
Oh.
A couple of the staff look around at each other, and then they look over at you, and they're shaking their heads. No, you're not killing this guy in here. If you are, the secret will not be kept in this room. We're not going to be responsible for this.
Right.
is his brother still there?
Well, now that you turn and look, you notice that he has ascended the stairs, apparently, or gone down to the next level, but you didn't see him cross the hold of the ship, so he must have gone back upstairs.
Who has the manacles?
I'm not sure if anybody does. I was just asking, do you have manacles? Do you have rope or anything
Gotcha.
in that
Well,
capacity?
we didn't liquidate the manacles because we knew we were going to need them.
We kept one pair. We sold the other 5.
Okay.
So Grulok's kind of looking to see who has the manacles so he could throw them on.
I'll look at Amric and say, you talk a strong game, it's true. But we know that you and your mother were behind the death cults that were slaying people in the streets. We have all the evidence we need.
You can prove nothing. You have no evidence. You have bloody weapons and a bunch of drunken witnesses.
You have no idea what we have or what we're capable of acquiring more of.
And the fact that you associated with a devil makes you guilty.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Wizards and clerics, warlocks, priests alike summon devils, demons, angels, celestials, elementals, animals, undead, all sorts of different things, and it is never frowned upon. Why should I be any different?
Because you summoned an evil devil.
I see. So it's a racial thing. Then you have an issue with those entities that have been sent down to the Nine Hells.
I mean, Grulok actually looks legitimately concerned, or not concerned, but confused when he says that. Like he's really trying to process what he's saying.
I assume we've got him manacled by now. I mean, there's no.
Yeah.
He definitely resists, but it's 6 of you against him. So I mean, I can struggle and fight all I want. I have 1 hit point, and I'm in manacles.
Other towns have been destroyed and or vanished. We want to prevent that from happening to Baldur's Gate. We need you to be able to speak with your mother.
He raises an eyebrow and shrugs his shoulders. Whatever are you talking about, cities vanishing? Cities don't vanish. They may be destroyed in earthquakes or burned in great fires. They don't vanish.
Have you not heard of the fate of Elturel?
I've heard that there are refugees surrounding the gates from Elturel. No one knows what's happened there.
What's happened there?
From the reports we have gotten from those refugees, it was pulled into hell.
I wonder what that looked like. How would they have described such an act? I've heard nothing of this. Let's roll some insight checks there.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing everything.
Ha 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 ha! Your natural 20 means nothing against my superior skill bonus. Yeah, he's pulling off a good BS act right here. You think that this is all news to him. Somehow his dumb brother knows all of the scheme that's happened between his mother and consorting with devils and cities being pulled into the Nine Hells, but somehow Amric, the favored son and potentially the future Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate, he knows nothing about it.
It would appear that your mother is keeping secrets from you then.
Impossible. She and I are 2 sides of the same coin. One cannot
Sure.
exist without the other.
You're a mama's boy. Ha!
Well, then you are
Mama
lying.
boy.
You
You
have
go cry
issue
to
with
mama.
You have issue with one who respects she which gave him life. What is your relationship with your mother? I imagine you being a pitiful orc as you are, you probably
Pitiful.
haven't had any relationship with her your entire life.
I'd watch my next comment about my mom. My mother's beautiful,
Likewise.
beautiful. A few about your face. I'll bite your ears. Take them. Wear them. Test me.
You give us up one more time. I bleed you real quiet. If you hear. Got that?
Turn around. And scene. All right. Cool. So I think Grulak will just kind of stare at him. His eye will twitch every so often, but he's trying to not choke him to unconsciousness.
All right. Well, anybody else have anything they want to say to Amric? Try to get out of him. I mean, he's at your mercy. Nobody here in the Low Lantern appears ready to help him, but they're not. Neither will they condone you slaying him, but they don't seem like they're going to get in your way with whatever you're going to do. If you want to take him from here, it doesn't seem like there's any issue with that.
Yeah, let's take him to his mom.
So I'll pick him up roughly from the ground, like almost a scruff of his shirt or tunic, whatever it is, and kind of push him ahead roughly in front of us. And
unhand me,
Hard
you
times.
brute!
Well, hold on. Let's see. Would you
What?
prefer us take you and get the truth from your mother's mouth, or would you rather spend some time in a Flaming Fist dungeon?
Ooh, I like that idea.
Why ever would I be incarcerated by the Flaming Fist? I live in the upper city. The Flaming Fist have no authority over one such as myself.
We're not in the upper city, and we're Flaming Fist.
Oh,
Yeah,
you can see how scared I am.
you look pretty scared.
You're the one that was groveling for your life. That's
No, that
sounds pretty scared to me.
can't imagine you holding your bravery and your courage intact when you're being waylaid 6-1. Suffice it to say that we are in conversation now only because you have some shred of intelligence and recognition that you cannot possibly harm me. You cannot kill me. You will be hunted down. You are officers of the Flaming Fist. You have a responsibility to uphold the law. You may not harm me in any way. You may not detain me. You have
I
no
punch him in his
authority.
face.
Ah!
Oh. Eh.
He spits out a
Fire!
He
We are the law.
he seems
We are the law.
he seems cowed by that.
Say another word, and this is over. Say another word. It's what I thought. So, and I just kind of roughly push him ahead, up and out, like, and I give Ben obviously like my little nod, like, mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. So I roughly push him out.
All right. So we've got him out of the lower hold here. As you make
It's,
your
what-
way, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What time of day is it? I can't remember. Was it morning, evening?
Yeah, you guys waited until the morning of the day after Celephiel completed his paladin vows, and Calidor had also done some charitable deeds throughout the city.
Gotcha.
And then you met up with Mortlock, not Matlock, here at the Low Lantern. And I'd say after spending some time here and the battles, it's probably approaching like 10 a.m.
Gotcha. So I'll kind of get him just outside the structure and kind of wait for everybody else to kind of catch up.
Okay. As you make your way back to the top deck of the ship, before you can make your way down the gangplank, a cloaked figure approaches, her armor clanking with each step. One gloved hand rests on the hilt of a longsword, the other pulls back a cowl to reveal the face of a teenager with brown skin, red hair, and a haunting gaze. She looks confused at what she sees before her. She definitely seems to recognize Amric. Amric, by the same token, doesn't seem to know who this teenage girl is. She has an insignia upon her person that, just from your experience with the Flaming Fist and your knowledge of nearby Elturel, you recognize as the insignia of the Hell Riders, a group that the Flaming Fists are actually opposed to at this point, because the Hell Riders are kind of leading the charge, apparently, to get refugees into the city, which is the Flaming Fist's main goal. Nobody can come in. We don't have enough food. We don't have enough water. We can't support 1,000 extra people just showing up in the city. So there's absolutely some animosity between Hell Riders and the Flaming Fists.
So Grulok will definitely keep an eye on her. He is maintaining control, like good positive control of the prisoner, but he's kind of eyeing what she's doing with her weapon, but he's not making any type of like furtive movement to pull out his sword or anything like that. But he is eyeing her, keeping a very, upping his readiness, maybe, if you will.
I'll say to her, please stand aside, miss. This is official Flaming Fist business.
Flaming Fist. She draws her sword hastily, looks somewhat in a panic. Then she kind of considers a few things. You're not entirely sure what. You're not in her head. But she looks... Then what are you doing with him? And she points at Amric.
I do not believe we're able to tell you that.
Even if I ask nicely?
Why do you need to know? What is it? Why does this interest you, young lady?
1 second, I gotta fix some video issues here. Jumping in and out. Here's 1 second. Okay. Yeah, just going forward as an aside, if possible, don't turn off your video. Just kind of like refocus it elsewhere, or just keep it on the couch behind you or whatever, because our frames keep getting shifted around or off-center, depending on what's going on.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Justin. Go back to what you were saying.
I said, why do you care? What is this of concern of yours?
I've come here seeking members of the Van Thamper family in regards to the current displacement of the holy city of Elturel. I came seeking specifically this man. So, now that I have found him, I would very much like to speak with him.
Hopefully you can get more out of him than we can.
I find that hard to believe. There are 6 of you. Nevertheless, my question remains, what are you doing with him? I cannot imagine the Flaming Fists and the Van Thampers being at odds with each other.
This man and some of his family are involved in nefarious things.
One of them includes having a devil as a bodyguard that we vanquished.
Really?
Kind of pull the cloak around me a little more just to kind of hide my devilish features.
Yeah, she doesn't appear taken aback by that. I mean, she's apparently somewhat familiar with tieflings. She just has this continued haunted look in her eyes, and for whatever reason feels compelled to relate. I was, days ago, training a few miles north of Elturel when the city vanished. I watched as the Companion's light went out, turning black, as the city, it seemed to crumble and sink below the horizon. I've been unable to shake this image from my mind, but I I could not resist the urge to investigate. So, I returned to the city to find only a crater where it once stood. And so it was I took it upon myself to lead a group of refugees here. And we were able to get inside the gates before your commanders closed them to the rest of the refugees that followed behind.
Yeah, that sounds like our commander.
We didn't make it very far inside the city before some of your commanders confronted us. The refugees I was leading scattered to different parts of the city. I've been unable to find them since. I found myself confronted by what I would best say is a thug. Hey, Don, do me a favor and make sure you're on mute when you're not talking. Getting a lot of
I am on mute.
Getting a lot of background noise from somebody's side there. It looked like yours. Again, make sure we're not jumping off video if we can help it, please. Just refocus it or turn it elsewhere. I have to kind of pause in between each video turn off and turn on. Please and thank you. Ah, shoot. Your Flaming Fist comrade, not even sure if you know him, not sure how many your number include. We fought, and I injured him, but I had to steal a cloak to better conceal my armor and weapons because he gathered a group to follow me and pursue me. I haven't been here very long, but I can tell that this city is a cesspool of corruption, death lurking around every foggy corner. I have heard rumors that Thavius Krieg, the High Overseer of Elturel, has arrived here in the city. He also made it in before the city was closed. I'm unable to ascertain if this rumor is true, but rumors have said that Krieg was seen in the company of 4 guards employed by the Van Thamper family. Seeing as the estate is located in the upper city beyond my reach, you see why I was directed more towards Amric, considering the business he runs here in the lower city. She looks at Amric. Can you confirm or deny the validity of these rumors? Is Thavius Krieg here?
I will also look at him like, well, answer the question.
I'm sure I don't know anything about what you're talking about. And, go ahead and roll your insight checks in response to that line of BS. Hey! Grulok's in hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, he seems to be telling the truth. Pretty sure he is.
Well, I don't think Kalidor has advantage, but Hezra and Selephiel are definitely seeing that Amric is not being entirely honest.
Want to try to answer that again?
I have, but
This
only
time
one
without the
answer
lies?
to give. Believe what you will. I'm not going to give you a different answer until you're satisfied with the one I give. The answer I have given is the one you shall receive.
I give him a little shake, like, torture.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now unhand me, you filthy brute!
Alright, that's enough, Gulak. How about, as we're taking him back to the upper city to meet with his mother, we tell every single person we pass by that he and his mother are involved with the cult of the Dead Three and therefore are committing murders all over this city. How about we do that while we're taking it home?
Do you think the citizens of Baldur's Gate do not recognize the group of the Tiefling, the 2 Azamars, the Bugbear, and the 2 Orcs? Do you
What does
think
that
those
mean?
events have gone forgotten? The disappearance of 23 innocent persons have gone forgotten? Do you not see the looks you receive when you walk through these streets? Do you not understand what rambling imbeciles you will appear to be? By all means, make your pronouncements. See how the city responds.
If you insist, let's do that. Because I guarantee you there will be enough who believe it that will make the Van Thamper family name anathema in the city before long.
Clearly you know more of this city than I do. Who am I? I am only the son of one of the Council of 4.
Who spends too much time either in the bottom of a boat or on the top of his hill and does not know the common people very well.
We shall see. We shall see. This whole time, the female that has kind of cut you off at the gangway is just watching the altercation between the group. So you're heading to the estate then, and obviously this man is your prisoner.
That is correct. You are welcome to join us.
You are a paladin of Tyr
Yes.
and a cleric of Tempest.
Oh,
Yes, yes. She pulls back her cloak and she reveals that she's wearing a plain wooden symbol of Torm, who's also one of the good aligned deities alongside Tyr and Tempest. I would be honored to accompany you, and I would consider it my personal honor to guard your prisoner, if you would have me.
If you wish to get yourself mixed up in this mess, then by all means.
Oh, I'm already mixed up in it. When your city disappears and is seemingly dragged into the 9 hells, I'm not sure how much more involved you can become. Alright, switch us over here to the temporary break screen while we get the next segment set up here at the Van Thamper Villa.
Yeah, as we're taking him to the villa, I do want to make it obvious that he is under arrest by the Flaming Fist. And when people start asking questions, I will let them know why.
and I will still hold him roughly and shake him every so often when he's talking.
And definitely any other Flaming Fists that we see, let them know exactly what's happening too, so that they can spread the information amongst the Fist as well.
Well, you're definitely creating a scene of shock and awe, as most people are just in a state of disbelief at what they are witnessing, even your fellow Flaming Fist comrades. And back here on the Baldur's Gate map, we can now see the Van Thamper Villa, located there in the upper city. As you are passing through the lower city and making your accusations against Amric and his family, namely his mother, You are permitted entry through the gate into the upper city by virtue of your status as Flaming Fist officers. Amric does not interact with the guards at all when he is brought into their presence, nor do the guards question anything about what's going on. There are a couple of raised eyebrows, but they're just whatever. These are officers, and this is a noble. They all belong here in this section of the city, and this isn't our business. We have a job to do here. And as you approach through the upper city, definitely more polished streets, less cracks in the sidewalks, perfumed scents to the air. People are dressed a lot better. No poverty. You can definitely tell it is a night and day difference here between one side of the city to the other. And you approach the Van Thamper Villa, a stately stone edifice with a detached stable house. Both buildings have sloped rooftops covered with red clay tiles. A 12-foot high stone wall encloses the villa. Lanterns hanging along the wall's interior. At this point of the day, you can they are currently extinguished, and the wall features 3 wooden gates, a main entrance, and a coach gate to the south, and a postern gate to the north. Which side of the villa do you want to approach from? The front side or the rear side?
I'm not really aware that it would matter.
I would say the front side so that the more people could see us entering.
Yeah, we're perp walking this guy in.
Okay, just a second here to make some adjustments for the next map. Alright, here on the south side of the villa, kind of have a little peak on the other side of the wall, giant tree peeking over the top, gentle breeze on the air, and nobody really around outside of the gate here, either of these 2 front gates, so feel free to proceed as you will from here. Amric looks around at all of you, standing outside the gate of his villa. Didn't quite think it through this far, did you?
I'm kind of looking at Salafio since he's kind of the leader.
I'm going to go open the gate. All right, I'm opening the gate.
Looks like an open gate to me. And as the gate opens, immediately on the other side, there is a patrol of 3 guards here who are passing by the tree that you could see from the other side of the wall. They see somebody enter that they don't know, and they immediately call out, "Halt! Drop your weapons!"
We are members of the Flaming Fist. We have a prisoner being brought back to see his mother.
You have no authority here. Leave this place.
We have authority anywhere in the city. I know.
The
everybody
city
knows
guard
that.
has authority over the upper city. Your domain is the lower city. If I have to ask you again, your heads will be on spikes.
Doubtful. I've heard that before.
Do you wish to have the son of the one of the 4 back?
Because if not, it's your fault. Just so you know, when you go tell them, could have had maybe possibly him back. You effed up, but do you?
The guards look at each other, clearly not registering what it is that you're saying because the vagary of it. The one on the right side blows a whistle, which, let's see, Salephiel. Yeah, he can just see the feet of this guard here to the northwest, rounding the corner in response to the whistle. And let's see how the group initiative macro works for this initiative. Yeah, still no dice there on that, so let's get the manual initiative ticker again right there. Make sure your tokens are selected before you click your initiative.
Not the best roll.
In fact, just about the worst.
Thank you.
Let's see. Haha! At least her initiative works well. Your new companion named Rhea Mentalmorn, which of course you would have picked up through your travels into the upper city here. Nadir is on the other side of the wall here with his companions. He can hear some arguing going on between Salephiel and the guards of the Van Thamper Villa. And a whistle is blown, the sounds of weapons are drawn, and Nadir is the first to react.
Okay, I can see through that gate somebody with a blue health bar. Who is that?
That is one of the guards.
Okay, it doesn't look like a guard. It looks like a woman.
Yeah, all of these guards here have blue health bars. Oops.
Okay, just making sure.
There we go. That's what they look like.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna step up to kind of like see these other guys. that Salafiel's been talking to around the corner there. And I'm going to say, I'm going to put my hand up and be like, hold! We did not come here to fight, and I don't think you want to fight either. We came here to see the Duchess about her son. Now stop being hotheads and maybe inform her of the situation.
One of the guards responds as a free action. Do you mean to say you have in your custody one of noble birth?
We are accompanied by Amric van Thamper.
Why then is he not the one leading your charge?
He has been injured and he did not want to be in front.
Too bad I don't have advantage. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, pretty much just doing a skill contest, basically, I guess.
All right, go ahead and roll either a persuasion or a deception. There's some truth and some fib. Oh, that's a close one.
But I still win.
The guards keep their weapons drawn. They are definitely keeping a perimeter here to prevent Salafiel from just having free reign of the courtyard. They definitely seem to be taking what Nadir is saying under some sort of consideration, but by the same token, something is fishy. What do you got for your turn here, Zhang Hun?
Okay, I am going to just walk back here to A, keep him from running away, B, make sure that the paladin has flank if he does try to run. But I'm going to do a performance check or something to make it look like it's just a casual thing that I'm doing and I'm not like actively moving to block it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, your new female companion right here, she has a rope tied to the manacles that you have around Amric's wrist, so she's just kind of been pulling him along with her this whole time. She nods at Zhang Hun as he approaches and kind of helps surround the prisoner. Okay, so back to the front gate here, we have Salafiel. What is your action?
Okay, I'm going to take a step back because I don't want to increase the tension on this. We need to see his mother. There is grave danger happening in those realms, and we do require to speak with the lady of the house.
The Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate is not available at your request. Such requests are made weeks in advance. You do not show up at the villa of a noble family, claiming to have one of the noble sons in custody, yet refusing to show him, entering without permission. None of this is standard protocol. Surely you must understand.
That I do. Bring him forward.
Okay. Well, Rhea will do that. Bring him right over here. Right behind you, and yeah, Amric is really, really jacked up. He has not been healed. His entire right side of his face is just twice the size of the other after getting hit twice with a great club. And he doesn't say anything to the guards. He doesn't tell them to attack. He doesn't say, these are my companions and they have permission to be here. He's just kind of there. The guards look over at each other, and they look at Selephiel. That is Amric. You have come to return him home? Why is he in shackles?
Well, my character doesn't have an answer.
Yeah, I'm not really sure that anybody does, and the guards at this point turn him over.
Well, I thought we were still in initiative, that's why I wasn't saying anything.
Well, yeah, we're still in initiative. You can still kind of freely interact with short dialogues.
There is legal matters to discuss, which is why we need to speak with, if not his mother, then someone we can talk to who has some authority here.
It seems you have in your custody the one next in line with authority. Lady Venthamper is not available at the current time. Why you have shown up to her villa, the family villa, with her near-dead son in tow, is a matter for us to determine. Now, are you going to turn him over, or aren't you?
The reason we showed up here is we didn't want to have to throw him in our dungeon.
I see. So we will have to take him from you. So be it.
Wouldn't be wise. No, that would be wise. That'd probably be the last mistake you make. Just saying.
You do not intrude onto one's house and make threats of them when they attempt to defend it.
We're outside the gate, so we're really not in the house. We're outside at the gate. So I'm pretty sure you're wrong. And I am looking around. We are outside the gates. At least that's best I can tell. You tried to open a door, but it didn't work. So
Oh no, it
the
worked. You opened the Selephiel opened the door, went inside. The guards challenged him. He stepped back out. Now our defense is we never came in. The guards are attacking.
I also have intelligence of 8. So
I believe it. Sadly, well, fortunately, Don's got somebody else there next to him to absorb some hits. So let's say 2 on her and 1 on Don.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of stupid people in this group.
Indeed. Okay. So I have 2 attacks there against Rhea. Amric is behind her, but he is in no condition to provide a flank bonus, so that natural 20 is actually a 5. And the 12 is a long distance from Selephiel's armor class. So while we do have a nice wall here, we have not done much of anything to harm these intruders. I do have reinforcements coming from the northwest. Right over there. And in addition to that, I don't know if you can see this. Okay, so that is it for the guards. They've got The gate firmly blocked. Spears out. And Calidor, your turn.
I guess first thing I'm gonna do is do a heal on my
Okay. Brief pause
damn
here.
owl.
Sorry. Brief pause. Switching the playlist again. Fantastic. Something a little more appropriate. Okay. Who's getting the healing?
Me.
You. All right then.
And I'll move up, and that's my turn.
Okay. We got Hezra just behind Calidor there. What you got, Kyla?
Alright, so, we'll move to be within 10 feet, I guess. Can I smack past my friends?
Oh yeah. You got those
All right, then.
long bugbear arms just kind of swatting over their shoulders.
Yeah, I'll do that then. Do the one that's in front of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my, planar warrior first. So I'll do that as my bonus action.
Gotcha.
And it's the 15.
Sadly, my AC is an 11. Or nope, actually, yep, AC is 16, so you just miss.
I was about to say, I hit an 11. Alright, well dang it. Then I'll... Let's see. Does my... Yep, it goes for the next time I hit them. Okay, then I will end my turn there, I suppose.
Alright, and now for our orc fighter.
He's going to move to the other side of the door. Right here, just so he's in a more strategic position for those coming out. And he will attack this gentleman right there.
Alright. He's so mean to them when he talks to them, but he's so, like, polite in referencing how he's about to kill them. Like, when he talks to them, it's like, you are the worst scum on this planet, and I cannot wait to press my boot into your neck and feel it squish under my heel. Okay, I'm going to attack this gentleman right here.
Yeah, this fine fellow here will be attacking. Alright.
I'll drink from your skull. Maybe not with that strike. Yeah. Oh wow. When I hit you, I will.
Alright, good luck with that.
Hey.
Alright, that brings us full circle back to the top of the initiative here for Nadir. What you thinking there, Justin?
I think I'm going to hold my action. I don't really want to fight these guards. That just seems like badness here. I don't want to attack them. I'm just going to kind of hold back here and help, like, heal my people, I guess, if that comes to that. Kind of like holding my hands, like, stop! Stop fighting!
Okay.
But pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm still right there
Gotcha.
behind Amric as well.
Yes. Alright, and then over to the far side of the courtyard here, we have Jiang-Hun. What you got?
Okay, I'm gonna move over there. I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, stop fighting, surrender." And then I'm gonna throw a dart at this guy.
Alright.
I got your back, Nadir.
I hope it's a natural 20 dart. Oh. Yeah, like the head exploding dart for like 20 damage. Like, hey, everybody, just be cool. Be peaceful, man.
Scanners, head explodes.
Yeah, as it is, the dart just kind of sticks into my chainmail, and I look down at it like, seriously? This dude's you. Who throws a dart? Seriously?
That was a
Alright.
warning shot.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That was a warning shot.
Alright, and right in the center of everything, we have Selephiel.
All right, I am going to. I wish there was a way around this, but you leave me no choice.
No choice but to suffer another missed attack.
Yep, as usual. End of turn.
Alrighty, we are coming up on the final hour here. Just a reminder about those still holding on to inspiration cards. Okay, well, seeing as how things have gotten to this state, Rhea is going to pull Amric out of the middle of all this, just in case something happens. There's like 8 swords and hammers and spells and all kinds of stuff being thrown inside of this tight little box area, so she's just going to get him out of here and draw her weapon, and she's kind of got one eye on him and kind of tightens the rope around her arm just in case Amric gets any funny ideas about trying to make a break for it, but keeping her focus on the combat more than anything, just in case one of these guards rushes her. In that respect, I'm going to have a readied action for her, just in case one of these guards decides to get a little brave, and she will take an attack on any of them. Well, the guards do want Amric back, but none of them really like their chances at walking through all of you, getting him, and then walking back through the rest of you, so we're just going to kind of hold our ground here, and we will do this. This time it will be 1 on Grulok and 2 on Selephiel. Actually can't attack. Well, yeah, we'll just do equal. I'll do 1 on each of you right there. Grulok, Selephiel, Kalidor. Okay, so Grulok is getting the 21 for 5 piercing. That guard appears particularly satisfied to have dealt a strike to the trash-talking orc. Meanwhile, the guy in the middle takes a stab out at Selephiel, and his spear just kind of glances off of your shield, and he drops it on the ground right in the middle of everybody right here. And, oh, look at that, another natural one. The one attacking Calidor does the same thing, except his spear just kind of falls in between his feet, and he's going to use his move action to just kind of pick that up and call it a wash for his turn. And that'll bring it over to Calidor. Well, that's a yes and a no. So, guy on the left will take 6. And the guy on the right will take none.
All right. COT for me.
Alright. Divine Burning Radiance over one of them who screams in pain there briefly. And then over to Hezra.
Alright, should I roll to see if I am listening to what Nazir is saying?
That's entirely on you. Everybody can definitely hear that he's trying to stop this conflict from occurring. It's every one of your rights to respond to that as you will, though.
Hmm. I guess I'll look back at him and then I will take a step back. And I will hold my action then to attack anyone that tries to attack within my melee range. So my melee range, my 10 feet. If someone tries to attack me or a friend of mine in that melee range of mine.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Ready action for if anybody basically gets up in your space and tries to attack anybody there? I'd say yeah.
Alright, then I will definitely do that. Did you want me to put a little icon up there too?
Yeah, it's always good just for everybody's reminder, including our own. Sometimes we forget that we had a ready to action.
Alrighty.
So over to Grulok here, who has been mortally wounded and is assuredly about to flee the scene. What do you got?
Far from it. Far from it. So he will obviously, he's a little surprised that he was actually injured. So he growls and he'll strike again at this that good sir. I'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. AC 16.
Okay.
Just kind of fending and parrying your great sword there with my spear.
Yeah, we're in tight quarters, so. I will, at that point, I will. Have we had a short rest before?
We have not.
Then that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Look at that. Well, Zhang Hun seemed to listen to Nadir, but not a whole lot of anybody else. So, back to the top here. What you got, Justin?
I don't know if we can really qualify Zhang Hun's action as listening to me. He happened to miss.
It was a warning shot. It was totally intentional.
Can I gauge, what those other guards are thinking of doing?
What do you mean other guards? The ones approaching from the west?
Just all of these guys.
They seem fully in the throes of combat right now. Like, you've you've got one of their wards in captivity. You have not been cooperative. You've broken in. It seems like they are fully determined to fight this out to its outcome and try to recover Amric as best they are able.
I look over at Amric and I say, "You can stop this. Tell them to stand down. Don't want to spill any blood here if we don't have to."
Hard times. Hard times.
Amric gives you a devious sneer, and he just kind of gently shakes his head no. And you feel his unspoken words are, "You got yourself into this, you're gonna get yourself out."
I will continue to plead with the guards. Like, just stop! Nobody has to die! What are you doing? And I'll continue to hold my action to help my allies.
Gotcha. Okay, Zhang Hun, back over to you.
If I move up to here, can I hit this guard with a melee attack?
Yes.
I do that.
Alrighty. Man, how many 13s is that for attacks?
Yeah, it's bad.
Salephiel rolled a 13. Zhang Hun's last attack was a 13.
Mine was.
Grulok rolled a 13. Zhang Hun rolled another 13. At least the 20 hits. So 6 damage there. Nice punch to the solar plexus. That guard briefly doubles over, but regains his fortitude and holds his position there, preventing anyone from passing. And back to the center here, we have Salephiel. What do you got?
Okay, I'm going to disengage and take a step back.
Okay.
And put my hammer into my belt loop. We don't have to do this. You are people of the law. We are people of the law. We are here to protect Baldur's Gate. You are here to protect Baldur's Gate. We are on the same side.
Is that the extent of your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Rhea keeps a tight hold on Amric, and she looks over hopefully at the 2 consecutive initiative ticks of diplomatic attempts right there. The guards, well, let's see. I'm rolling all my good rolls on the skill checks. The guards briefly, they don't step back, they stay in the same space, but they kind of pull back a little bit with their spears so the tips aren't like right up in your face threateningly. And the central one, who of this group appears to be the leader, I repeat, turn Amric over, and we shall have no further quarrel. And the guards are going to hold their actions as they are now reinforced by an equal number standing 10 feet behind them, also carrying spears. And further within the courtyard, you can hear the of more guards being rallied from elsewhere, and some of you may see them starting to approach from the northeast, right here. Obviously, these guards approaching from the northeast have not heard any of the dialogue taking place. They are only alerted to the sound of the initial whistle. They are responding aggressively. At this point, they don't have any targets in range, so they're just kind of charging with their spears out. The 3 guards in the back, right here, they have definitely heard that some kind of dialogue has taken place, and they are likewise just kind of holding their position, waiting to see what happens next. So that's going to bring it over to Calidor.
I'm afraid we cannot just hand him over to you. He will hold his action. If they strike him, he will retaliate.
What?
So if they hit him, I'm holding my action for, like, if they hit me, I'll attack back.
Alrighty. The Central Guard responds, "That is not an option. You turn him over now. We have no quarrel. You keep him, and blood will be spilled. There is no third option." And over to Hezra.
Alrighty. So, I'm gonna keep holding my action.
Same conditions.
Same conditions, yeah.
Okay. Grulak, what you got? And here's where the diplomacy falls apart.
I'm about to say, and here comes the attack.
Diplomacy, dialogue, hold action. Roar!
No, so we'll have a good evening. So on this action, I'm gonna roll a d20. I'm just roll a d20. This is personal change. Kind of a bad one.
He drew your blood.
The d20 is
What
to
a
determine which weapon he attacks with.
yeah.
I have 6 weapons. I'm not sure which one I want to end your life with.
Grulak, for the time being, will hold his weapon at the same conditions as Kyla and Ben. If they take an aggressive step out to either try to retrieve him or attack any member of the party or myself, I'll attack before they can do that.
Okay. As we round the corner on another round of initiative here, the guards all look expectantly at Nadir, who seems to be heading up the efforts to end this diplomatically. And they just look at you expectantly. You know that they're just waiting for you to turn Amric over, and it does not sound like they're going to accept any other proposal. So, what you got?
Well, I will look over at the paladin of the god of justice and ask, what do the laws say in this situation? Who has the right here? He is guilty of a crime, and we have apprehended him for such.
Unfortunately, in this case, the nobles do have the higher authority in this case.
I mean, I'm asking Dan, is that the case?
Oh yeah, it definitely is. It is not a just city for anybody. The nobles definitely always have the upper hand on the lower city, and everything Amric has said about the threats to your lives and the rest of your lives in Baldur's Gate Dungeon, if you dared to harm him or end his life, all of those are absolutely valid. I mean, he got his ass kicked, and his life is in your hands, but at the same time, he has that confidence and that assuredness that you can't touch me. If you do, you go to jail, and my family's got enough money to have me resurrected, frankly. What you gonna do? What you got?
diplomatic immunity.
Been revoked.
Just been revoked. I really want to do that, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
All right.
Yeah.
My hands are, still up like they've been. Right. Let's all put away our weapons and have a civil conversation about this. Men of action to men of action, men of law to men of law. This doesn't have to be a confrontation anymore.
It didn't have to be one to begin with. You should have turned him over when we requested, when we ordered it.
You started it.
Gulak, that's not helping. You can try speaking to us more as equals. You'll get better results.
Guards look over at each other and over at the rest of you, and a couple of them kind of chuckle a little bit. A few head shakes are the only response to that statement, and some of the spears in the back ranks kind of come up a little bit more in preparedness of those in the front melee, those in the rear. We're going to start tossing these spears over the wall.
Yeah, turn him over to the guards.
What if we turn him over to his mom?
She is not present at the time, nor do you have the authority to hold him until she is able to see you.
That's the insight on whether he's telling the truth about her not being present.
He's twisting the words there. He's basically saying that she won't see you when he's saying that she's not present. Additionally, with that insight and just kind of group-wide, there is definitely some hesitation here in that you're facing off against guards who are legitimate enforcers of the upper city. By the same token, you have all been made aware from a couple sources of what's really going on inside this place, and you only have this one little bit of leverage to get inside. So whether or not you turn him over, the fact is going to remain that you're going to need to find a way to get in here and stop whatever's going on. And if you do turn him over, you don't have any leverage to get inside again. You're basically just going to have to probably rush this place, kind of like you're doing now.
I don't believe you about her not being here. Look, you want us to turn him over, right? And we're willing to do that. But we just, we got to do it to his mom, right? You're cops, we're equals. But, his mom, she's your boss, she's the boss of the whole city. So she's somebody we could turn him over to.
You have my assurances that I will deliver him swiftly to the Duke.
We need to speak with the Duke because there are some serious allegations against her as well.
That is precisely the type of thing that you would file a formal request for a meeting for, and I'm certain she would be more than happy to arrange a time to meet with you.
But she's not available, so we're going around circles here, friend.
She is not available at this precise moment. You do not knock on the door of a noble and demand their immediate attention. They have schedules. They have people they are meeting with. She is part of city commissions. She has a job.
Well, just give us the paperwork and we'll fill that out, and then we'll bring her son back at that time and turn him over then.
Since it's formal, I think that's something we're going to plan. What you guys want? You guys want us to do that? We can do that. We can do paperwork. He can sit with, where he needs to sit, all nice and comfortable. Yeah, I think you have a good idea, sir. I commend you for helping us out.
Yeah, the guards appear to be growing impatient and angry once again at what they can only interpret as a stalling tactic, and their weapons are bared aggressively once again. Technically, it is Celestial's turn in the initiative now, as that is what has happened. Are you with us, Don?
Yep, sorry. I just had to go get a robe and stop freezing over here.
All good. It is your turn. I'm not... Were you aware of what just happened?
No. I'm sorry.
We're going in the same circles here. The party is refusing to turn him over to anybody other than the Duke, and the guards are refusing to allow you access to the Duke. And after a few more exchanges of dialogue, the guards have bared their weapons aggressively again, and it appears that they are poised to attack here. However, your turn is right now.
Okay.
Hold on one second, Don. I'm not sure if Don was there for the insight.
No, I wasn't actually.
Essentially, the insight, and then tell me if I'm wrong, is that they're saying that she's. It's not that they're saying that she's not there. They're just saying that she's not willing to essentially interact or deal with us. She could be present, but she's not going to interact with us at this stage or current. Is that correct, Dan?
That's partly correct. When the guards are saying she's not present, basically they're saying that she's indisposed. She's not going to be able to see you at this moment. Additionally, your group knows basically what's going on, or you have strong suspicions of what is going on inside of this villa. And regardless of the laws and the appropriateness or inappropriateness of you barging into a noble's villa, the fact remains that a city was dragged down into the Nine Hells. You've seen evidence of at least one Van Thamper consorting with devils. And even though these guards are legally in the right to prevent your entry and demand the immediate return of Amric Van Thamper, your personal codes of ethics, as well as your knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes, you definitely have a solid position of your own that you feel you're in the right here. So this is kind of an impossible situation. The guards probably are not going to see reason in the vein that you do, regardless of what you reveal to them. For all you know, they could be in on it. These could be cultists disguised as guards. Regardless, this is probably not a situation that's going to be resolved diplomatically.
Alright, I'm going to move up and draw my weapon and swing my hammer at him.
Alrighty.
I will also say, as he's doing that, how about we turn him over to his brother then? And kind of look over at Amric and see how he reacts to that.
Just been bumped.
Amric, as well as the guards, both appear a bit confused. There might be a little bit more into that you're not aware of. But regardless, go ahead, Celestial.
And alright, end of turn.
Okay, well, Rhea is going to keep her her hold on the prisoner, and the guards are going to launch their salvo of attacks here.
So those that are held their actions, would we get our attacks at this point?
The guards will get to go first, since your actions are predicated upon them going first. Not to mention the fact that they had held actions as well, so everything just kind of defaults back to the normal rules of they take their stuff and then you take your readied. Okay, so 3 melees in the front. This is 16 against Kalidor, a miss. A 9 against Selephiel, also a miss. And a 7 on Zhonghoon. Same results as the others. Now the ranged spears being tossed over the wall. Similar results, except, well, looks like this time I'm hitting 2 out of 3. The 19 for 6 is on Selephiel, and the 14 for 6 is on Zhonghoon. And then I have 3 more guards. 15, 20 feet of movement right there. A little bit extra just to kind of be in different positions, and we're going to toss our spears as well. These 3 are Grulok, Kalidor, Selephiel.
Do we get any type of cover bonus, or are they at disadvantage to try to hit because they're throwing spears into where their guys are?
No, it all follows the same stuff. Same as when you have your archers attacking into the massive melee. It all just is what it is.
Okay.
Let's see. A 12 is not going to do anything on Grulok. A 19 is going to clip Kalidor, though. And the 8 will never, ever come close to hitting Selephiel. And then, yes, that will prompt the readied actions. Let's just go from first to last here. Actually, looks like Grulok would be first.
Yep. And the same guy I've been trying to hit this guy right there.
Okay, go ahead and take your swipe with the greatsword.
Jim, do you have deflect arrows yet?
Do I have what?
Deflect arrows.
Oh yeah, I do. I didn't realize that could be used on a spear though.
Next readied action goes over to Kalidor.
Hey Dan, can I do that?
We'll come back to that. Let's keep the order as we have it here. Kalidor, you have readied action?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's a miss by 1 on any of them. Keeping the miss as it is, then.
Yeah.
Okay, and then going back to the deflect, that is a yes. So go ahead and roll that, Jim.
No damage.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
I am going to use a key point, I guess, to throw it back.
Got it. Well, all right then. At least you didn't get hit by it. I believe that covers all of the readied actions that would apply. Hezra had a readied action, but I don't think it applies to anything that's occurred. So that brings us to Kalidor's actual turn now.
All right. So I'll bring that back out.
Okay. I think I'm going to create a character sheet for that and allow you to start drag dropping that onto the table.
Yeah, probably, because probably something I'm gonna be using a lot.
Oh yeah, especially as it's a bonus action. It's not often
Yes.
you have something you can readily rely on in that instance. Okay, so let me get back in position. I'm just going to set this right next to you, Ben. It should still be under your control. Go ahead and move it where you want.
It's going right there, so everybody should get advantage on whoever they need to be.
More or less. It depends on the exact angle, but that is probably the optimal place to position the spiritual weapon. Not the planter. Oh man, now you've earned the wrath of the gardener. They're gonna be coming right at Grulock.
So that's gonna be on the guy in the middle.
Well, how about that? A 16, 7 damage. This is the leader, basically, as well. This is the guy you've been having all the dialogue with, or the majority of it. And he has now taken his last breath as the spiritual weapon stabs him from behind, and he just kind of thuds forward right there at the gate.
No. Oh.
And that'll be on the guy in front of me.
Well, that guy is caught unawares. I like to call it the Sassy 10, as he's kind of looking at the guy next to him who just got killed, and while he's watching somebody else die, he gets stabbed through the gut, and he likewise is dead. So we're just going to call those guards Agent Kolar and Sassy 10.
Are you sure you want to pursue this course of action? It's my turn.
Alright, let's go ahead and see what Hezra has, as the conflict is in full sway now. The guards are no longer listening to dialogue. Half of them now were never present for any of it, so you would effectively have to start everything over. So, go ahead, Hezra.
Alright, let's scoot up. I can see a dude around the corner. Is he technically within my 10-foot reach? I think he is.
Yeah, that's called the hook shot.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach around and give him a good stabby stab.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my planar warrior as well for my bonus.
Gotcha.
Do I hit him?
That is a what they call a one-hitter quitter. That guy was at full health, full vitality, full stamina, full endurance, and in the blink of an eye, he's dead.
He didn't.
Now
even
he's
see it
full
coming.
dead.
Yeah, he didn't know what was coming at him.
Alright, and then that's gonna do it for me.
Okay, and then Grulock here is going to end off our first official live stream session here with his turn. Go ahead, take that, James.
Alright, so he's gonna step up just to see a little bit more of the picture. Clearly, he needs to take the fight to him. It's not a game. I mean, it is a game, but 3. So I'm gonna move into that location, and clearly in a rage because he was injured before. Give me a second to kind of orient him. Oh man, I gotta zoom out. So, do I have an advantage with its floating weapon over here, spiritual weapon?
You do.
Nah, it doesn't work for half orcs.
That's unfortunate.
It's a Azamar specific spiritual flank, apparently.
So it's a restricted. Alright, so I will attack with advantage on that guy. I was like, ooh. Alrighty. Take that.
Well, that's
Take that.
that's exact because that
One
is
hit.
exact because my maximum hit point value is 11. So this guy likewise is in perfect position, ready to give the fight of his life, and he has given his life for the fight.
The dudes that threw spears, did they have more spears or what?
They have one more spear on like a
Harness.
strap here on their back, but otherwise, if they were to throw the second spear, they would be unarmed.
It's very smart, as they say. A wise man says, "Stay strapped or get clapped." If you will. So. Kyla's, look at Kyla's face. She's like, "What?" It's
I don't think I've ever heard that one before.
It's very wise.
It is telling that I've been back. He's like, you don't want to fight. You don't want to kill anybody. They're like, we're gonna fight, and now they're all dead.
You went from 0 dead to 4 dead very quickly.
Yeah, you
I don't
live
know,
by the
look,
dice, you
you
die by the
sure?
dice.
You sure you want to pursue this course of action?
Huh?
That's going to send us back to the Baldur's Gate city map at the Van Thamper Villa, where we will continue our adventure next Tuesday. Should be starting actually on time next week.
Should be, yeah.
Appreciate all of you being here tonight, both in player capacity, viewer capacity, any capacity. This was a monumental effort to get off the ground, but it is definitely worth the effort, and I was glad to see that everything worked out well tonight, and just truly appreciative that you all decided to join in for this initial rollout. Thank you all so much, and have a great evening.
Good evening.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
Good luck.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Welcome back. Tabletop